What? I have radon? Radon is everywhere. Radon is outside in the air that we breathe. It's inside of all of our buildings, our workplaces, our schools, our churches, our... Okay, so what is radon? Radon is a tasteless and odorless gas. You cannot see it. It comes from the ground. So every type of soil or rock has radon in it. The problem occurs when the radon comes up from the ground, those gases come up through the ground, and they create a high level of radon in a building. So why is radon bad for you? Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer behind cigarette smoking. Okay, so what are high levels of radon? So the EPA had to set a guideline. Obviously, 0 picocuries of radon is best, but that would never really probably happen. So they set a guideline of 4 picocuries per liter is the standard level. So if your level readings are above that when you do a radon test, those are concerns for a high level of radon, and you should take action to remediate the radon in the building. Okay, so how does radon get into your building? So anywhere that the building touches soil or rock or the ground, that is a chance for that radon to penetrate into the building. So it can come up through cracks in the floor, anywhere that that building has protruded into the earth. It can come up through your piping. It can come up through your sump pump, any electrical lines, anywhere that the building or anything in that building structure is penetrating the ground. There's a chance that that radon could come up through that source. Okay, so you might be asking, how do I know if I have radon in my home if I can't see it, taste it, or smell it, or feel it? So the only way you'd be able to know is if you get it tested. You can hire somebody that could test for radon in the home. They would leave a device in your home for a couple days, and then they would be able to read the readings on the device. You can also get a test kit. You can buy them in a local hardware store. I think they're probably around $20. You can leave that in your home for a couple days and mail it off, and then you get the results from the test. And also currently, we can get them from our health department. So I live in Macomb County, and Macomb County gives them free to every resident of Macomb County every 2 years. So you can get one for your home, you can get one for your workplace too, and you can leave the test kit there in your home or building for a couple days, send it out and get the results that way. Now, I've been told that those test kits are pretty accurate, so you can try that. If you're really concerned, you can always try one of those do-it-yourself test kits. And then also, if you're really concerned, you can hire somebody to run the radon test as well. Okay, another question is, how often should I test for radon? The recommendation from my county is every 2 years, so that's why they will give you a test kit for free every 2 years per address. So anyways, you could test for radon one day, and radon could be there next week. You could also test in your home and not have radon, or have radon, and your neighbor next door could not have it. So it just all depends. The ground shifts and things change all the time. Okay, so let's say you do have a test, and then your test results are over the 4 picocuries per liter that are recommended safe, kind of. So if your reading is over that, you may want to consider having your home or building remediated for the radon with a mitigation system. And it's pretty simple. You would just hire somebody that does the radon mitigation. They would come out. They have a couple different options of fans that they can install in your home. And from what I do know, I have seen one put in. They would install the fan coming out through the ground, into the ground, and then it would the fan would just be pulling that gas out of the ground through your home and out to the exterior of your home, and just get it out of your house. So right away, probably within a few days, you should be able to test again and notice that your levels have dropped. So if you do have to get a mitigation system in, the one I know that they had put in was around $1,200. So it is a little bit of an investment. Over here was not covered under your home insurance policy. But you want to, if you do get one of those mitigation systems in, you do want to monitor those too every so often. Go down, check, make sure the fan's working. This one that I witnessed did give a little bit of a warranty on the fan. So you just want to keep track of that. And the fan, they can camouflage it. So it is some PVC piping on the inside and the outside of your home, but you can camouflage it with matching paint for the exterior. And take care of, like, if you maybe don't think it looks very attractive. I think just the safety of having that fan in your home and getting that radon out is a good thing. And recently, I do real estate, and I have not seen radon probably within the last 15 years. It has not been very popular. And the reason that I think it hasn't been very popular is it was not a common test that was done on an inspection. So recently I did have a buyer's inspector do an inspection on a condo of mine, which who thinks a condo has radon in it? It's in a condo complex. It was a 2-unit condo. So I thought that was fine. It was a newer complex. And I thought they were kind of, I guess, it was odd for them to do an inspection. So when the results came back that the levels of radon were high, they were in the 5s, not too high, but it still obviously was high and a concern. So we had to put a mitigation system in for that buyer. They were happy with it. Having a mitigation system in helps that radon level. So the only concern there too, I just want to share, this was a 2-unit condo. So when there was radon found in that one part of the condo, obviously the person in the other part of the condo was exposed to the radon levels as well. And remember, I told you that is the second leading cause of lung cancer. The person in this condo did die from lung cancer. So I don't know if it attributed to it or not, but it just made me think that radon is a little bit of a risky thing. And I just want to bring you awareness to it in case you want to just double check. You don't want to panic, but high levels and long-term exposure can help to cause issues with your health. So I would think at the very least, get one of the free radon test kits or the ones from your local store and do a test and just put your mind at ease. Okay, so a lot of people in my industry and people that have been around for a while there are these preconceived notions of radon, and like, I can't believe my house has radon. There should be no radon in my house. There's no radon in this area. So I came across these radon myths that I want to share with you. Radon myths, number 1, high levels of radon are not found in newer homes. That is false because radon can be found in any age home, older homes and newer homes. Radon could be in any type of home. I should be okay. My home is old and drafty. Not true. Radon can still be found in an old home. I should be okay. I don't have a basement. Not true, because the basement is protruding into the ground and into the earth. Even if you had it completely sealed, plumbing comes into your basement, your sump pump is there, electrical things are protruding into the basement walls. So there are things underground that could cause radon leaks into your basement. And even if you have a crawl space too, that gas could be floating under the ground there as well. My neighbor next door doesn't have high level of radon. I should be okay. I just said that the house next door could be fine and your house could have radon, or your house could be fine and the neighbor next door could have radon. There's a lot of clay in my area. I should be okay. Nope. Any type of soil could have radon. You could be close to the water, still have radon. Just get it checked for a peace of mind. I tested for radon and the test was good. I probably should never have radon again. Not true, because the ground shifts at all times and you could test. That's why they want you to test every couple of years, so that just test in a couple years and make sure you're still okay. I have a mitigation system, so I should be good. That's probably true, but you want to just monitor your mitigation system to make sure that fan is still working. So after a while, that fan probably will go bad. So you might have to replace the fan. The fan is what's pulling that gas out of the ground and out of your home to keep you safe. So you just want to keep an eye on that. Okay, so the reason I'm talking about radon today is in Michigan, our governor declared January as Radon Action Month. It's just to bring awareness to radon, that radon could be anywhere. There are some areas in our counties in Michigan that do have higher levels of radon, but there are some where there is no radon, and I feel because people aren't checking for it. So if you just want to be safe, if you're buying a house, if you're living in a house, just get the free radon test kit. I know Macomb County is doing them right now. I'm sure other counties are doing them as well. If not, you could still go get them from the county. All you have to do is give them your address. I simply just called, gave them my address, and went and picked up the free kit myself. Okay, I'm here at the Macomb County Health Department picking up my free radon test kit. So what they told me, it's right here by the Macomb County Jail. So if a lot of you know where that is, off of Elizabeth Road and Groesbeck. And right here is the one-story Macomb County building, Health Department building. And you need to go back to the employee entrance, and they're gonna leave me the free kit outside in a box with my name on it. So I'm gonna go check. Okay, I'm back here by the employee entrance only. And you need to head back in here to the vestibule, I guess. And they leave all the test kits out here with your name on them in an envelope, and you just grab them. Okay, so I'm back inside now, and I opened up my test kit. So I want to show you what's in here. So inside the test kit, there's this book pamphlet about radon, and it really has a lot of good information in here. It talks about what is radon, where does it come from, what levels in Michigan have high levels of radon, what you can do with radon testing, what do you do with the test results, like what are high results, what are okay results, how to put a mitigation system in. Also talks about when you're buying real estate, if you want to do a radon test or not, might be a good time to negotiate for a mitigation system, or at least know if you have radon in the home, whether or not you maybe don't want to buy the house. Also talks about daycare. So radon does also come into commercial buildings, which is something I found out too. So it could be in your workplace or your kid's school. So this was kind of interesting. It has a lot of good information in here. And also inside is the test kit. And it says not to open it yet until you use it. So I'm going to keep it sealed. But it looks like it might be a charcoal filter in there. And then you just leave it out. I think the test is for 2 days. And then you just mail it in, and then you'll get the results back. So after I do this, I'll follow up with you and let you know what happens. Okay, I just installed my kit. I actually went down, the instructions said to take it to the lowest level of your home. So I took it down to my basement and I hung it from the ceiling. There's specific instructions to keep it away from a window, how high to keep it off the floor, keep away from any vents. So you want to follow the instructions. And once you put it up to test, you need to leave it there from 3 to 7 days. You need to take the test down, seal it up. There's instructions what to do when you're done with it. Seal it up and then mail it out, and then you'll get your test results back. So I'm anxious to see how the results from this test are going to come back, because we do also have a digital readout machine that tells us how our constant radon in the home is. So we do have a digital machine down there that gives us a reading and gives us an average like for the month. So I'm anxious to see how that compares to the actual test that we're going to mail in. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll see what happens. But radon is something that you should take seriously. And if you can get a free test kit, I went to Macomb County, but whatever county you're in, I would think that they have these test kits available for homeowners and probably even renters too. Or even they did ask me too if I was, if my business was in the county. So I'm sure they would give you one for your place of work or where your kids are at too. Okay, I came down to my basement to get my radon test kit. So I'm just going to grab it down. It's got a prepaid mailer on the front, and I just have to add my information on the back and send it in, and I'll get the test results back. I'm supposed to leave this test up between 3 to 7 days, which I did. So I'm going to take it down and mail it in. Okay, I wanted to give you the test result findings from the radon test kit that I mailed in. So I did mail it in, and I left the kit up for 7 days, and they just said not to go any further than 7 days. I just made it on the last day I took it down. I mailed it in, and within a week, I got, because I put my email on the information sheet that I mailed in, I actually got a report within a week. I think it was like 6 days, the results of my radon test. And actually, the reading on the radon test that I mailed in was pretty close to, remember I said I have this digital meter in the basement that we bought. It was pretty close to the same reading here. This is like a 2.4. Short-term average, daily average is 1.2. And I think because of the weather too, they say sometimes does affect it. But when I got the report back from the one I mailed in, it said it was an average of 2.2. So they were pretty close. And this meter, I actually bought at Home Depot. It was on sale for like $100. So if you're really worried about this, you can have one of these. There are some that connect to an app on your phone where you can always see the report coming through that way. But anyways, it just kind of justifies that the mail-in report was pretty close to the one that I spent $100 for. And so that's my findings. I'm not a radon expert. I'm just a realtor in the area, just sharing my story and my experience with radon. So hopefully that helps somebody. Thanks for your time.